Today's best advice features three people that need no introduction: Bill Gates, Hillary Clinton, and Richard Branson. We met Bill Gates a few times over the years, here in New York, in Seattle, California. We shot with Branson in Las Vegas and even on a plane. We once spoke with them together in Paris. As for Hillary Clinton, we flew overnight to meet with her. All three of them shared amazing advice. Bill Gates was only 20 years old when he co-founded Microsoft, LinkedIn's parent company. It's the world's largest personal computer software business. Gates led the company until 2000 and has since dedicated his efforts to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
You really have to think in your work, are you doing it in a steady state way? And what part of the job do you enjoy? And what parts don't you enjoy? And if you think about, over time, are you getting yourself into a position that, it's mostly the good stuff? I don't think there's any job that's, completely all the fun stuff. Some personnel things just are necessary, but not going to be the joyful part of work. For me, the political side is important, but if I had to do that over half the time, I didn't have the piece connected up with innovation and teams of innovators and seeing those things get out in the field, I don't think I'd get re-energized to do the job overall. And, so thinking explicitly about your needs, what renews you, telling your coworkers things they do that are draining your energy. I'm glad that people are open-minded to those conversations. I'm so much more mellow now than I was, 20 years ago. I mean, 20 years ago when I'm CEO of Microsoft and it seems like there's not a minute to waste, I don't think at the end of the meeting, if somebody had said to me, hey, that was a stressful meeting, and I would have said, okay, let's just sit around and talk about that. Right. That's really important to me. So, as I've gotten older and stepped back, I'm not on the front lines of doing things now. And, I do help assemble teams. I've seen, if you push too hard, that's often counterproductive. So yes, I think, it's somewhat in line with the times that I'm, the long-term capabilities and what you contribute is way more important than the short term.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton started her political career in the 70s, and in the year 2000 she became the first female senator of New York. And in 2016, she won the Democratic presidential nomination. We met her in Chicago during one of her campaign stops. This is her best advice.
I was raised by a small businessman father. And, he used to say, when you work, work hard. When you play, play hard. And don't confuse the two. So I believe in individual responsibility and self-sufficiency and all the rest of it. But I also recognize how lucky I am, people like us are, because, the luck of the draw, how we were raised, how we were educated, how we have acquired skills that enable us to be quite flexible within our own economy and the global economy. That has not been true for a lot of really hardworking, decent people in our country. I had that. I got out of law school with debt, and I had one of these income-based repayment plans. That's why I could go to work for the Children's Defense Fund and make very little money, why I could teach law at the University of Arkansas Law School and make very little money, because I could afford to take a job I wanted to do to pay back my loans as a percentage of that income. I want everybody to have that same chance.
Richard Branson started his career at 16. From magazines to Virgin Records, mega stores, Virgin Atlantic, and now Virgin Galactic, he never stops. He's also well known for enjoying nature on Necker Island. Here is his career advice.
I think just to spend your life doing what you really enjoy, rather than just what you think is going to make you the most money. I think life goes quite quickly. Make sure you're doing what satisfies you, what gives you pleasure.
Now I want to hear from you. What's the best advice you've ever received? comment below. And for more advice from the biggest names in business and entertainment, subscribe to my Best Advice newsletter on LinkedIn.